Okay, so, since my last video, I, excuse me, sorry, I'm gonna be like, blah, because it's, approximately 8:45, and, making this video, um, pretty much having woken up after Noemi left and the phone rang, so I'm like, blah. But, I did get a decent amount of sleep, and the last couple of days I've just kind of like blah because of that migraine, and sometimes with migraines, like I have after effects that can last up to 3 or 4 days, I've noticed. And I'm still able to function pretty well most of the time, but this last time I was just like, and I didn't want to do anything, so I wasn't really doing anything the last couple of days. Um, I mean, yesterday I was feeling pretty much alright, and I was back to myself, so I was doing some cleaning, but then Noemi's parents came, and I think that they're embarrassed, and I don't think they should be embarrassed, necessarily, but they feel really embarrassed that I'm helping to clean their place, but, I mean, it needs cleaning, and I'm available to do it, and, you know, I know that Noemi's mom, when she comes over to, like, water the plants, she gets really tired really easily, so, I understand that, like, you know, they're not the same age as I am, and so for them to do something, it would take them a lot longer. So, I might as well help out if I can. I was hoping to do a lot more cleaning before they came, but when they came, I stopped so that they wouldn't feel embarrassed. Um, but I'm going to do some more cleaning today, hopefully, if I don't feel too bad. I'm starting to get, like, a little tension right here, but I hope that since I had a decent amount of sleep, that, you know, it won't hurt me and it won't haunt me for the rest of the day or rest of the week, and I could probably go to sleep and take a nap a little bit later. But in those 3 days that I was kind of all over the place with my excuse me, my migraine, I've been watching a lot of movies and shows, so I wanted to go ahead and kind of just review those, I guess, for people that might want to see them. Um, let's see. I've been watching a lot of American Dad, and I didn't used to like it because I saw it and I was like, this is really Republicans ridiculous, but I know it's by the same guy that does Family Guy. And when you look at it, there's actually a lot more, I want to say, like, intelligent humor in it. There's a lot of intelligent humor in Family Guy as well, but Family Guy, as you know, has those weird interruptions in the plot line, which is kind of how I do my humor sometimes, so I can see how I relate to it, and I really like Family Guy. But Family Guy also has a lot more crude humor, so it's a lot more like poop and dead animals than it is, you know, like actual like intelligent, thought out plots. But you know, I still love Family Guy or whatever, but American Dad is awesome for that. And even though the main character, his his character and the way he acts and what he thinks are all based off of George W. Bush's political policies and political ideology, it is very much making fun of Republicans and making fun of all these different things. And as the show goes on, he becomes less and less stuck up in his ideology and more, you know, I mean, he still retains a lot of his conservatism, but it's a good show. Watch it. The alien's hilarious. Roger's my favorite character, by far, because he does all these different characters, really, when it comes down to it, because he's able to put on disguises to get out of the house, and nobody recognizes that he's an alien until, like, his wig comes off. It's really funny. But anyway, besides American Dad, which I recommend to people who don't like Family Guy, because Noemi doesn't like Family Guy as much as other shows. Like, I don't think she really likes it at all that much, but she does like American Dad. So, there you go. I also saw La Mission, and La Mission was playing in San Francisco last year, for why? I don't remember why it was playing. There was like a festival or something going on, and they had it playing, oh, it was Carnaval. They was playing at Carnaval, but I didn't get to see it. And so something that was really awesome about La Mission was that I thought it was going to be about, like, gangs and violence, and because it's about the Mission District in San Francisco, and it actually ended up being about and I will not do, there will not be any spoilers in here, so you can watch this okay. But it was totally about this guy who kind of has this background in gangs and violence and stuff, but he got over it, and he has a son, and they've both been living in the Mission District for a long time, and the son is homosexual, and the dad ends up having to struggle with this idea, this notion that his son is homosexual. So it was a lot more of a different movie than I had imagined it was going to be, which was a plus, and I actually ended up liking it a lot. So if you guys want to see a movie about San Francisco that makes you feel more connected to the city, as well as it does make you feel connected to you know, the idea of overcoming a homosexual struggle, that's a good movie. Let's see, I saw the original Hairspray, which I know Noemi didn't like it so much. I have finally seen it in its entirety because I've only seen clips on YouTube before, and the clips on YouTube are very much like the musical parts. So I was going into it thinking it's pretty much the same as the new one, except it has different characters. But the dialogues are slightly different. The language is slightly different. They have different musical numbers and things like that. It was definitely not as flashy as the new one, which is why I think the new one has more of a greater following, besides the fact that the main character, Link Larson, I believe his name is, was played by, what's his face, that famous, hot teen actress, or actor, and it's not gonna come to me, but whatever. Um, but yeah, besides that fact, the fact that it just has a lot more, like, bright colors, and it's a lot more musical. I do enjoy the old Hairsprays, kind of a little bit crude humor, a little bit cheesy humor, and it wasn't too bad as far as John Waters films go. John Waters, as some of you may know, is definitely one of my favorite political, anti-political, homosexual, disgusting, crude directors. So I really enjoy a lot of his work. I haven't seen anything that I didn't enjoy yet. That's what I want to say. I also saw this movie called Entre Nos, which is it's a Hispanic movie. It's all in Spanish, and it's about or it's not all in Spanish. The kids speak English. So yeah, but the movie basically is based on the fact that there's this mom, she doesn't know English, and she moves with her two kids and her husband to New York, and then basically the husband abandons her in New York, leaves for Miami. He says that he'll come back, but he doesn't. It's not a spoiler, it happens right in the beginning of the movie. And so the whole rest of the movie is basically about her struggle with raising her kids and being able to provide for her family as a working mother. And, you know, in Hispanic families, mothers usually work in the home. And so for her to go out and try to make money at the same time while keeping her kids' strengths up was a very good concept that's been done a lot, but I know that it's been it was a surprising movie, even though it's a similar concept to many other movies. One thing that's really good that makes you appreciate the movie is that the person who made the movie or helped make the movie possible was a little girl in the family. So she did it to show that her mother's struggles were basically justified, that she appreciates what her mother did for her when she was younger. I also saw I've been watching some of Nip Tuck season 4, but I've already seen it. Nip Tuck obviously is a great show. I really enjoyed seasons 1 through 4. I was trying to see if I hadn't seen any episodes in season 4, but all the ones that I did see were ones that I had already seen, but there might have been an episode or something that I miss in there every once in a while. But if you guys know, I believe it's season 3 that has all of the crazy stuff start happening, so season 4 is a little bit more mundane. It still has crazy stuff, obviously, but it's a little bit less crazy. And see, I saw this movie Ink, which I saw it with Noemi, and it's very much a independent film, and it's about a girl that basically gets kidnapped in this realm of the people who make dreams happen and the people that make nightmares happen. It's a very interesting story. I very much liked the take on what the people look like and what they do. It is a little creepy. It does creep you out a little bit in some parts, but it's not super scary, and I did enjoy that. District 9, I'm sure most of you have seen it already, but I just wanted to say that District 9 is one of the only Alien movies that I really enjoyed that I would watch again. Mostly because there's not a lot of unknown that happens. There is unknown about what's happening to the main character, throughout the movie. I'm sure you've seen it, but there's not a lot of unknown with the aliens, which is what I like. When there's unknown aliens, they don't show themselves. It's totally freaking creepy. I also saw this great movie called Heavy Metal, which is one of the first movies that has rotoscoping. And rotoscoping is basically where they take animation, they take film that they filmed, and then they draw over it either by hand, which back then it was by hand, or nowadays it's done by computer, to make cartoons out of what is actually filmed. So a great movie that has that is A Scanner Darkly, and if you guys haven't seen that, I recommend that you see that. But that's one of the only movies that's done with rotoscoping, and a lot of the movies that are done in rotoscoping are done by the same director, which you could look up. I don't know who it is, but so Heavy Metal was an interesting movie. It has rotoscoping, and then most of the rest of it is cartoon. Very interesting idea. I'm sure it's a classic. I just had never seen it and never heard of it, so I recommend that you guys see that. I saw again with Noemi Teeth, which I had already seen previously. Teeth is a very interesting movie about a girl who has vagina dentata, which are teeth of the vagina. It's a very interesting movie about her struggle with power and the fact that she's like a very conservative, like anti-sex until marriage girl, and then she kind of, becomes this different person. So it's a very good movie. A lot of these movies are Noemi's movies. I'm just going through the list of my recently seen movies to see if there's anything else that I'm missing. I think that's it. I mean, I'm going back until, like, basically when I first lived here. I just reviewed all the movies. So those are pretty much the movies that I've seen and the shows that I've seen. This is a very long video, but I hope that you guys get some sort of, great ideas to see any of these movies, or, just want to look it up and see if you like the little synopsis, and if you do, you could watch it. Again, I've seen all these on Netflix because Netflix has that, like, play it now on your computer option, but I'm sure you could rent these somewhere, or download them online, or watch them somewhere else online. And I will try to have more videos up. I want to make another video right now, but I don't have any ideas on what to make a video about, so I will just think about it a little bit and get back to you. Alright, thanks, bye!